Hello, Auras, by the way. Alright, we were going to talk to Craddock. See a huge man. Actually, 1 second. Okay. You see a huge man watching the area with tight-lipped brown and narrowed eyes. He is hunched slightly, as if bearing a heavy load on his shoulders. The unpleasant smell of sweat and dirt wafts from his clothes. Greetings. The man glances down at you and his frown deepens. Aye? What are you sniffing around here for? You Craddock? Mayhap. He studies your face as if trying to recall you. If I am, what be it to you? I come with a message from Bane the Sender. The message states, the shipment must be incursed by the 3rd day or there will be a penalty. By the hells. Can they be such fools that they think we can miracle it there? Alright then, your message has found its way to the right ears, for all the good it'll do. What's the problem? Look around ya. Craddock nods at the laborers in the marketplace and scowls. These laggards and halfwits can barely keep up with the load as it stands. And now it needs doing in half the time. You need any help? I'll tell you what I need. All my men to show up for work. July's gone missing since this morning, and I need him back now. Where'd he go? That high-bred goat is probably passed out on the street somewhere by the smoldering corpse. When he should be here helping us. Worth a sod. I could go find him for you. Oh, you could ya? He squints at you. And now why would you do that? You need the help, don't you? Doesn't sound like you can spare the time to go looking for him. And there's work to be done. He's silent for a moment, then nods. You found July? You tell him to drag his worthless bub-ridden hide here. I'll pay you for your trouble. When you've found him. He frowns. Now get. He said he's likely by the smoldering corpse. Where's that? South and east of here. Head through the southeast gate, and head east for about a block. It's got a mess of drunks outside. Can't miss it. July is most likely somewhere around there. We have run into July previously.
All right.
Keeping an eye on my bit rate here. Okay, where did July go? He was down here last time we saw him, I think. I don't know how large of an area he wanders around. And he was definitely over here. Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. Are you July? So Craddock needs you back at the marketplace. Craddock? The man's eyes widen. Craddock, meet General's boss. Yeah, you can tell him this. He can pike off, and that he's a filthy dog. A cur of the lowest sort. And July's not working for him anymore. He jabs his fingers at you. Tell him that. I'll tell him from a distance. Farewell.
All right.
Okay. I found July. Is that right? He glances around. Where is he then? Okay, tell him what he said.
Updated my journal.
Craddock's face turns bright red, and his face cracks into a snarl. Damned be his name. May all the evils of the plane hound his footsteps. A blistering stream of insults, threats, and speculation about July's family roots issues from Craddock's mouth.
New taunts, alright.
Ooh, Morty clicks his teeth together as Craddock builds up steam. You can almost hear him taking notes inside his skull. Craddock finishes his tirade with a grunt. Damn that July. No, I could fill in for him if you need the help. He studies you for a moment. Yeah? Ha! You couldn't. Suddenly he fell silent. Well, mayhap you can. It's hard work, and there's no drinking on my watch. Understood, let's get started. The work is long, but at the end of the shift, you're not the least bit tired. Craddock grunts as you return. You did well enough. Here's your pay. Tosses you a handful of coins. Now get. No more use of you. I wonder if you get paid more if you have higher strength. I have a skill to increase my strength, so let me check that real quick. Or not a skill, a spell. Oh yeah, okay, so you get paid based on strength. 12 or less, 10 copper, 13 to 15, 20 copper, 16 or more, 30 copper. Okay, an extra 10 copper is not really worth it, so we're not gonna bother loading and buffing up.
Can't afford to get caught off guard, Cutter.
Okay, let's talk to the rest of the people here. Go, huh? Oops. You see a thin, yellow-skinned humanoid covered with a variety of dazzling tattoos. His eyebrows have been accented with black charcoal lines. In his teeth are filed points. He sees you and waves you over, rattling dice in his hands. Greetings. He's about to speak when his eyes, shiny and black, like orbs of jet, fall upon Dakan. The two of them stare silently at one another for a moment before the tattooed Githsera's gaze turns upon you. Gaoha greets you. Have you come to play a game, yes? No, but I had some questions. Smile fades in an instant. No interesting questions have I, only the game. The turning of the die. The glint of the coin, won or lost, yes? He shakes the bone dice in his palm. You have no interest in these things? Nope, farewell. Looks like we have to wait before playing again. I wonder if this is stat-based or like luck-based. Yes, I'll play. He reaches into his tunic and pulls out a coin. This coin? Your coin. Places at your feet, then pulls out another. This coin? Gaoha's. He places it at his own feet, then holds up 2 dice between his thumb and index finger. The dice? We both roll 1, yes? You roll higher? Both coins. He snatches the coins up from the ground and proffers them to you. Yours. Go a royal higher? He quickly tucks the coppers back into his tunic. Mine. Neither rolls higher? The coin stays for another roll. So how much coin will you lie at your feet? 100. You both roll a die until Gaoha rolls higher. He snatches up your coins, tucking them into his tunic. He seems to hesitate for a moment, then speaks again. Then speaks. Again, yes? Wait, is something wrong? Gaoha regards you closely for a moment. Never do I indulge in Hashma's folly. Never do I cheat, human. But I see fortune. Read it. Know it in the face of a man. However, you? In you I see nothing. I know nothing. You have no luck? No fortune? Neither good nor ill? Or you make your own, perhaps? I do not know. I'm curious if this is actually just straight luck based. And I also wonder if like using the yeah, you both roll the dice until you roll higher. You pick up the coins. Oh, I was gonna say I also wonder if doing something like using the clipped copper, which gives you +1 luck, has any impact. Nod's frowning. Not for now, but perhaps we shall play again later. Right.
All right.
That just seems like some guy we can gamble with at certain times. The grim-looking woman spares you only a brief glance before returning to her rant. On top of the stage, he has a powerful voice that carries across the marketplace, even cutting through the noise made by the merchants and the surrounding foot traffic.
Get cut off!
This fellow seems mesmerized by what the woman has to say. He doesn't even acknowledge you as you speak to him. Same for her. And these are just laborers. Hive dweller.
Can't afford to get caught off guard,
Okay, let's
Cutter.
talk to this merchant.
Totally top of the line.
Jump, Lim Lim, jump! The merchant seems to suddenly notice you. Oh, greetings. Would you like to purchase one of these playful, gambling Lim Lims, my lord? Not yet, just what are these Lim Lims? They are from the Outlands, my lord. Neither wholly insect nor animal. They are friendly, playful, and quite loyal. He takes a sidelong glance at the Lim Lims and leans in closer to whisper. Pretty tasty, too. In a pinch. Okay, I'd like to purchase one. Lim Lim will provide its own food, eating insects, tiny rodents and the like. They will follow you everywhere, are easy to clean up after, are quiet, exercise themselves with their constant flipping about, and, best of all, they leap over 15 feet when prodded with hot coals. One will only cost you but 40 coppers, my lord. A mere pittance for such an entertaining pet and friend. Morty, what do you think? Why not, boss? It'll be fun to kick around when we're down, eh? Well, I can kick it vicariously through you at least. I want to see that 15-foot hot coal jump, too. I'll take one, merchant. How nice, my lord. Here you are. We got a Lim Lim. Oh, it's in my inventory. Looks like only I can talk to it. This is your pet Lim Lim. Noticing it has your attention, it chirps at you lovingly. Pio! Examine your Lim Lim. Your Lim Lim appears both insect and animal in origin. Its legs are oversized, but its arms are small, nearly vestigial, and a brightly speckled half-shell runs down its back. It sports twin pairs of insect-like wings, and has tiny black eyes and a mouth that always appears to be smiling gleefully. Pet it. Pio, Pio! The Lim Lim squirms about merrily, its wings buzzing. It seems to enjoy your affection immensely. Put it down to run around a bit.
I'm gone.
Pick it back up. Okay, these might be items from, unfinished business, so I'm gonna check these real quick. Devils. Yeah, okay. Planescape Torment. Devils do. This mace was removed from the game prior to its release, therefore impossible to equip. And what was the other one? Chaos Feather? Chaos Feather? Chaos Feather? Yeah, okay. This was another one that, appears in the game files, but, probably wasn't in the original game. Okay. I assume that was added by, unfinished business. That's a cursed item, so I guess we'll just sell it.
All right.
Can't afford to get cut off.
Okay, there's a few more merchants around here. Can you answer some questions? Sorry, sir, no time for questions. I must sell what I can before the day is done, for my family is large and hungry. She holds up in the light of a crate behind her. Are you sure you wouldn't like to see what I have to offer? Very well. Okay, we've talked to her before, so, seen this before. Where does this all come from? She flashes a wicked grin. My lovers are all burglars, sir. These goods are pilfered from the homes of Sigil's nobles. Upon seeing your expression, she laughs sweetly. A jest, sir, merely. My father and brothers are tinkers. These are wares which are discarded from nobles' manors and made good by them once more. Oh, sir, but wait. She puts her hand on your forearm. Her touch is light as a feather. Are you sure there's nothing you need? Surely something for your home, or a gift. She bites her lip coyly, cocking her head slightly. Well, that is a nice plate right there. What, sir, this one right here? What? No, wait, this is ridiculous. I need no plates. I had some questions. You look so sad. You're nearly stricken with guilt. Slowly, she lowers the lid of the crate. Sorry, sir, no time for questions. I feel like there may be another, interaction here at some point. Her, the way she, like, affected me was a little weird. I guess squirrel. How'd you hurt your hands? Yeah, we've also talked to this guy. Do I want to keep the thing which buffs the luck? Or sell it for 80? And this may also no longer be useful, I'm not sure.
Done.
This guy sells weapons. Sell these two useless items to him. Does he have anything we would want to buy? Probably not. No. Doesn't look like it. Here's another merchant. What do you have to offer me? And we can sell him the Limlim if we want. For some reason. Okay, what's this? Imp leather bag. Stitched together from the hidden hides of several imps. This bag is surprisingly light and flexible. Despite its small size, it is elastic enough to hold a good amount of charms, keys, rings, Another odds and ends. Oh, bag of holding. I don't know which mod I have on that does this. Probably either the tweaks or unfinished business, but I'm pretty sure that's not in the base game. Okay, I can actually buy a luck scroll if I want to. That would definitely be, because of that, it says 2 to 8 points of luck, which is, obviously better than 1. So knowing that I can buy that makes that more interesting. Blur is a good spell, so I probably want that too. But I'm also kind of low on money. I generally want to be buying,
Come on in, Basher. We have the best blades in town.
Buying tattoos first. The man breaks in even before you finish your sentence. You won't believe the deals I got for you today. You're a smart bashadek coming to me here. I won't cheat you like these pike and bobbers. He motions to the other merchants on the stand. Actually, I had some questions. He nods, but it's clear he's not listening. Yes, sir, this is some damn good stuff I got here. Just looking at it all. Can you believe these prices? You'd practically be stealing from me, you would. Questions. Sure you do, sure you do. Like, how's he offer such stunkin' barmy deals? Or how's he got such a corking good spread of goods? Well, don't you worry about it, Basha. All you gotta know is I got a little of everything. Well, except those limb things. But who to Beator needs one of those? Let's see if this merchant will answer any questions. I've got a job to do, sir. He suddenly turns his head and coughs into his hand. Excuse me, as I was saying, I can't well stop selling just to speak to you. Are you sick? Oh ho. Nay, Cutter, just old. Thank you for your concern, though. Can you tell me about the area? This? Just another marketplace in the Hive. Worst ward in the blessed city of Sigil. He smiles bitterly, then shrugs. As long as you watch your back, get someplace safe by dark. Not too bad a place as slums go. Okay. We've also already spoken to Kosajai for an earlier request. Doesn't seem to have anything else to talk about. And we also came by this guy earlier, I think, to ask about the seed. He doesn't want to answer our questions either. He shakes his head. And I advise you to seek answers elsewhere, sir. I deal only in exotic foodstuffs, spices, and herbs, and have time nor care little for anything else. Okay, ask about something's taste. Okay. Don't swallow them, simply spit them out when they finish tingling. Did we actually buy anything? Put them in your mouth. Oh yeah, there we go. Checking to see if any of these actually do anything. Petals, none of these seem to be doing anything. Just spice. Oh, there we go. He dangles a tiny paper packet before you. Wet your finger and place it into the spice. Then simply lick it from your finger. Each dip should taste slightly different. And then Khan says, the spice may taste of whatever one would like. It is little more than a matter of concentration and willpower. To bend its flavor to one's whim. Try some. That didn't actually have to seem to do anything. Okay. Didn't actually seem to have any effect. I wonder if there's anything related to him that I'll
All right.
come back to later. Okay, let's check and see if there's anybody up in this upper area that I want to talk to. The combat log out of my way.
I'll pay you what you're worth.
Unnamed harlot, is she any special? Nope. Yeah, do I want to kill this Abishai walking by us? Just for shits and giggles.
Endure. In enduring, I hear your words. I'm gone.
What's up? Okay.
Damn. All right.
Hey, we're being watched, Chief. Just look natural. Casual.
Done. Done.
Alrighty. So, I guess we should finish checking the outside area before we start going into the buildings. Collector. Okay, wait. I saw someone frightened typed while they're kind of there. Pretty sure, pretty sure we've talked to someone named Friend. I've told her earlier, and I'm not getting any journal note updates. I think this is a repeat of conversation we've had previously. Oh yeah, and then a month to pay us. Okay.
All right.
Alright, hold on. I saw someone with a name over here. Yeah. Crier of Essenon. Streams of tears have carved channels down this man's dust-covered face. He looks to be a monk or a holy man of some sort. But the dirt covering his body makes it nearly impossible to see the man beneath. He's chanting and rolling his head back and forth. He looks like some sort of ritual. Or it looks like some sort of ritual. Greetings. The man stops his frenzied chanting and glares at you with his tear-rimmed eyes. He opens his parched mouth to speak, but all he can manage is a withered croak. What's wrong? Why are you crying? His voice is so hoarse that it sounds like he's been without water for days. As you watch, a tear trickles down his face. I am a crier of Essenon. Essenon? Who's that?
Journal.
Who? Who is Essenon? The man throws back his head and gives a rasping laugh. It sounds brutal and defeated. Essenon is not a man, but a city. Why do you cry for a city? We cry its name because Essenon must not be forgotten. All the criers of Essenon carry this burden. You mourn a city? Why would you do such a thing? Just a second. Some water. because his name is all that remains. Its avenues of light, great spiraling parks. When it was laid waste and reduced to memory, only 70 of its people survived. It was our duty to see that its name was remembered across the plains. Many criers of Essinon have died for the sake of remembering. Many. If it places you and others at risk, why don't you stop? The tears I shed, the dust that cloaks me. These things are as nothing compared to what awaits should I give up my sacred burden. We must see to it that its name is remembered. We are living memorials to its passage. That's so. What happens if you all die? A fresh tear springs to the crier's eyes. Even his dust-caked face cannot disguise his look of despair. I do not know. We criers of Essinon cannot mourn it forever. Even now, the dust clings to our robes. The spit dries in our mouths. Our bodies wither and die. Any way I can help you? You are kind to ask. He shakes his head. Unless you can immortalize Essinon, there is no help to be had. Must it be immortalized by man? Would a tombstone serve? The crier blinks. Tombstone? It's a stone that records a man's name, his life, in a eulogy. If it serves a man, would it not also serve a city that has died? Stones may do such things? Yes, and their lifetime is much longer than a man's. If its name was carved on stone, would Essinon's memory be served? The man pauses. Would others see the name? Yes. It would be there for all to see, long after you have died. The man nods. If such a thing were possible, he turns to you. Where would one find such a stone? I could go look for one, if I find one. I could see to it that Essinon's name is carved into it. You would do this? Aye. The man's eyes water up again. You would be setting all the criers of Essinon free. But a score of us remain. The burden of remembering would be over after so many years.
Updated my journal.
Yeah, I know where to go do that.
I paid you what you were.
It's the the first place we saw after coming out of the mortuary.
All right. All right.
Oh wait. Oh, I can also go turn in my Bane the Cinder quest. But you know what? I also didn't I don't think I talked to Craddock after doing his quest. I might see if he will answer any questions for us. You see Death of Names. He is standing at the monument with the same crooked smile, his arm cradled against his side. I'd like to bury a name. Who's Quentin? Not dead yet.
Updated my
Essinon.
journal.
The copper's fallen to Death of Name's hand, and he tucks his arm back to his side. His eyes, now suddenly alive, roll to the back of his head, then snap forward and begin scanning the monolith and walls of the memorial area. He catches sight of a spot on the wall, and he quickly scuttles over to it, hunches down, then begins to chip at the wall. Stops a few moments later, pops up, then returns to you, buried. The word has a finality to it. It makes you uncomfortable. You were successful in finding Craddock? Yes, I passed along your message, though it didn't seem to please him.
Updated my journal.
Bane doesn't seem to have heard any word after yes, where he smiles and heaves a sigh of relief. Good fortune indeed. Thank you, good sir, thank you. He reaches into his robe and pulls forth a handful of coppers, which he counts, then hands to you. 45 commons for delivering a message, eh? Fair enough. Oh, more than fair. Good sir, more than fair. I can now say without hesitation, there is no finer profession in all Sigil than that of a runner of the House of Cinders. So let's go talk to
Done.
Crier Vesanon and then check in with Craddock.
Done.
I've seen to it that Esanon's name has been remembered. He lives carved upon the black stone monument outside the
Updated my
mortuary.
journal.
Suddenly, there is a brief whisper in the air, and the man's eyes dry. One of the tears that ran on his cheek simply vanishes. Then Esanon is served. I will tell my fellow criers of the stone you have described. You have my gratitude. It was nothing. Farewell. I hope you and your brothers spend the rest of your days peacefully. I guess I could have asked him for coppers, and it didn't even seem like he was going to make me more chaotic or anything.
Look here, the finest Toledo blade.
Okay, yeah, Craddock doesn't have anything else to say. Doesn't look like it. There's definitely going to be a few more people side we can chat to. Hey, Creedon. Tasty, tasty ratsy is fresh from the cellar. The foul-looking man, quick to notice he's caught your attention. In moments he's upon you, hawking his wares. He carries a long wooden pole. Dozens of skinned and cooked rats dangle from it. As he speaks, he gestures to them with a broad, filth-crusted hand, smiling a yellowed, snaggletooth grin all the while. Oi, Cutter. How ya doing there? What sort of delicious ratsies is he interested in this fine day? Examine the ratsies. Each rat has been skinned and gutted, their feet and tails removed. They dangle from the pole by hooks punched through their necks. As you examine the various manners in which they've been prepared, you realize their heads are slightly misshapen. A bulbous knot of bone protrudes from each cranium, covered in whorls that gives it the appearance of brain tissue. Strange-looking rats. Aye, you've got a keen eye, Cutter. All I sell is brain vermin, I do. I'm sure you'll find they've got much better flavor than your usual rat. Quite nice, really. He proffers them to you once more, waving the pole before your face enticingly. The rats sway to and fro, hooked like tiny sides of beef. Brain vermin? Aye, Cutter, brain vermin. Foul creatures they are. Now your normal rats, they just eat stored goods and multiply, spread disease and all that. A nuisance, really. No more. Your cranium rat, though, brain vermin. What I go after, they're just trouble. When you get more than a handful of the little pikers together, they start to get smart on ya. Sometimes real smart. They become more intelligent? Sure as I'm standing here before you that I do. If I ran across any more than 2 score of them, I'd flee from your case like that. He snaps to emphasize the point. I would. You get that many of them in a pack, why? Why, they get as smart as a man, they do. Go on. Here's my best advice for you, Cutter. If you're bent on catching brain vermin, stick to small packs. A dozen or so at most. But I'll tell you, he steps close, his breath fetid in your face, and speaks in a hushed tone. You run into more than that. More than a couple dozen. You run like you're in the shadow of a lady. Backs away from you again. Why? What's there to fear? Sorcery, Cutter. Sorcery. He gets enough of these little fiends in space, they gain all sorts of odd powers. Makes a basher's brain pour out his ears, they will. Downright frightening. He's just wrong, I tell ya. And that's why Sigil's so eager to be rid of him. The bounty and all. Bounty? Someone pays for rat tails? That's right, Cutter. And there's a Burke in the Office of Vermin and Disease Control, named Malort, who pays a bounty on him. A copper a head. Or tail, it is, eh? They gotta be brain vermin they do, not just ordinary rats. Tell me more about this Lort fellow. His name's Phineas. Phineas Lort. Think he was some sort of high-up he was, put down by his rivals and stuck here in the Arsend Sigil. The Burke sits in there, alone all night and day, it seems waiting for folks to bring in tales and paying them for the bounty. You know the best part? Poor Sod must be allergic to rats, because he's always got an urge rash. Huge rash going. Oh ho, powers be praised, I ain't that fellow. Put down, why'd that happen? Well, he's right chatty. He is, he'll rattle your bone box for hours on about how smart he is and the like. Mayhap that's got something to do with it. See you leaving. Before you go, would you like a nice, delicious ratsy on one for the road, you might say? No, thanks. I'm curious if that's, the same thing as... Oh, never mind. I thought someone was selling those earlier, but I'm not seeing any in my inventory. I think there were a couple questions I missed here. Who are you? What? Me? Why, I'm Creedon, sometimes called Creed, the Butcher of Rats. He smiles grandiosely, exposing ill-matched rows of yellowed, broken, and colored teeth. Crooked teeth. You seem friendlier than most around here. Well, Cutter, I try. Result of my business, I think. Most folks around here are purely and downright unfriendly lot. But I want every Cutter to know that Creedon's always got a warm smile and a piping hot, fresh-cooked ratsy for him. What's the building behind you? That's the Office of Vermin and Disease Control. Cutter? I sell my rat tails there for Jink, then cook the little blighters up and sell them. Can you tell me about Sigil? Aye, Sigil, the cage. Well, what you looking to know, Cutter? What do you call the cage? He shakes his head and laughs, causing the dead vermin on his rat pole to wiggle about. You see, Cutter, it's on account of all the doors. Some folk call Sigil the City of Doors. Magical doors they are, and everywhere. They lead to anywhere. And I mean anywhere. But here's the trick of it. They're all locked, so it's more of a cage than anything else. You can only come and go if you have the right key. Tell me about their key doors and keys. The rat catcher peers quizzically at Morty, who floats beside you. A Cutter think you'd ask a Mirror about for dark like that he would. Morty seems taken aback, as all eyes him, fall on him. What? What? You get the impression that had he had lips, he'd be whistling innocently. Give an explanation, Morty? Well, I say we hear this man out. Morty turns and stares hard at the rat catcher. Now let's see what you have to say. Oh, come on, Chief. Why would I hold out on you? I've told you everything useful I know. Let's just get this Burke's take on the whole thing. The rat catcher, staring at you both in confusion and scratching his head, suddenly realizes he's the focus of attention much more. This is a weird interaction. He shakes off the puzzled expression and recomposes himself. Yahoo! You wants all sorts of chant to do. Well, I'll give you the short of it. The cage is full of doors. The doors are everywhere, all throughout the city of Sigil, but you can't see them. Not unless you have the right key. Each door has its own key, and each key is different. One key might be a real key. Brass and all right. But another could be, say, a cooked rat, or a little jig he does in front of the door. Once he has the right key, you step on through and go wherever the door takes you. How would you know where a door leads? He frowns, mulling the answer over in his head. Chances are, if you knew the key, you know where the door leads already. If you opened one accidentally, say you just have to be careful you would. You could try sticking your head in and taking a peek, but some doors will just suck you right in. You could end up in all manner of foul places, Cutter. Mark my words. How do you know what key opens what door? He shrugs, bobbing the rat pole and setting the cooked vermin jangling about once more. You just have to ask the right people. People who know the dark about that sort of thing, I suppose. See, some doors stay still and some move. It'd drive me blood barmy trying to track them all down. I still don't use the doors much myself, so I won't be much help to you. Okay, I need to take a really quick break. I'll be right back. Can you tell me about these slums? Seems puzzled for a moment. What? The hive here? What were you looking to know, Cutter? Do you know why it's called a hive? The rat catcher scratches his chin, his fingers leaving oily smudges behind. A number of stories about that are, as I understand it, there's a cluster of number of stories about that there are. As I understand it, there's a cluster of buildings somewhere, a tangled mess, in shackles and ruins, that serves as a giant gathering ground of sorts. It was called the Hive, and so, that's where these slums, this whole ward, got their name from. Gathering ground for whom? The man's friendly demeanor turns to a scowl. Troublemakers, Cutter. Even if you could find the place, I'd recommend you stay away from there, I would. That's all I'll say about it. He wipes his nose with a sense of finality, the scowl now gone. What's of interest? I'm looking for a good time. A couple of the less dangerous places to get bubbed up. Gathering Dust Bar, and the Smoldering Corpse. Didn't really recommend anywhere else to you. Show me where the places are. We already know where they are, so I'm not going to read that. Thanks, you had said something about somewhere being dangerous? He thinks for a moment before giving his answer. Well, Cutter, you see, things aren't so good here. Life is hard. It's a desperate place, full of desperate people. I'll just say that some folk do whatever it takes to get by, they will, without much regard to the burks around them. Easy to get lost in the eye of it is. Lost? Dead, Chief. Dead. You seem friendly enough. You already heard that thing. Can you tell me the Lady of Pain? Aye, the Mistress of Sigil. I don't talk about the Lady, Cutter. And you shouldn't go asking about her neither. It'll bring ill luck on you, it will. Makes a semicircular sign over his chest. Okay, let's, check these rats. Good, Cutter, good. What sort would you like? He points to each turn and a grimy fingernail. I got them baked, spiked, spoiled, and charred. All fresh, all scrumptious. And only 3 coppers for 2. The rat is burnt and crispy outside, but tender and juicy within. It's a bit greasy and rather rich tasting, of some other meat you've had before. The man looks at you expectantly. Did you like it? Would you like another? If these, have any meaning. Spiced. Baked. Okay. Doesn't seem to have any,
Done.
impact on anything. Like this Abishai here, just to get a... just because we're here.
Damn it.
Done. I'm gone.
Okay. Here's a second sipping coffee.
Come on off with you there, let's go.
Hey, we're being watched, Chief. Just look natural. Casual.
This looks like an entrance, but there's no handle or any means of opening it. Okay, there are 2 named people. This Ashmantle person, Miriam, we've already talked to. Well met again, sir. What can I do for you? Can you tell me when you saw me before again? Oh, surely, sir. Well, sir, you see, my sight's not so good now. It wasn't back then, neither. But I thought I saw you walking past with a small group chilling behind you. Okay, we've already had this conversation.
Come on off with you there, let's go.
Alright, so let's talk to Ash Mantle here. You see a dustman in long black robes and a pale face. Unlike the dustman you saw in the mortuary, however, this man looks confused and is glancing about, as if looking for something. When he spots you, he raises a hand to attract your attention. Greetings. The man seems relieved that you're speaking to him. He bows slightly. Thank you for hearing me, traveler. I am known as Ashmantle, one of the Dustman sect. I was wondering if you could direct me. I don't know the area very well, and I'm looking for a certain establishment, a bar, that those of my sect frequent. You know of such a place? Oh, the Dustman Bar? It's by the mortuary. Orient yourself by the mortuary front gate, and walk directly southwest. You can't miss it. The Dustman smiles. Thank you very much, traveler. I appreciate your kindness. The people of the Hive are rarely helpful in such matters. Can I ask you some questions? Can you tell me a little bit about the area? This area? Well, there's a market to the northwest, I believe, and some government office to the southwest. He thinks for a moment. The Vermin Control Office, I think. I thought you didn't know the area very well. He shrugs. The Hive is a large place. I know some areas, but not others. Seems odd that a dustman wouldn't know where the Gathering Dust Bar is. It's right next to the mortuary. The man blinks. Well, I'm not a common dustman. I'm gathering that. Who are you? The man nods a little uncomfortably. Why, I'm Ashmantle. One of the Ninth Circle. Ninth Circle? There is no such thing. He suddenly tenses up. I don't have time to debate the practices and rankings of the Dustman sect with you, so if you'll excuse me. Grab his hand. Your hand snaps out, but Ashmantle draws back suddenly, and you miss grabbing his wrist. You see his Dustman facade crumple. And with a frightened look, he runs off. Okay, I think you need 13 dex for that, if I remember correctly. I could actually do that with just a tattoo which just adds 1 to dexterity. Or I could wait until I level up again, although that's gonna be a while.
Done.
Maybe that's worthwhile. Let's save and find out.
I'm gone.
You can always put the dexterity tattoo on someone else. It'll be interesting to see if the outcome is the same in either situation.
Done.
Not accuracy. Action. Let's see. The ad will probably start here in a second. Before we get back to him.
Done.
Yep, there we go. Okay. Pause for ads.